men believe she's repulsed by me because of something I'm doing and something I need to change in myself. The sad part is that the help that is out there for men in this very common problem makes them the problem in the repulsion. Whether it's coming from advice from a pastor and advice from the church, whether it be influencers in the manosphere and other red pill content creators, or books out there for men and helping men through these issues in a marriage. I call it RBA, really bad advice that's being given to good men, that what's being told to you is your wife is repulsed by you because you're not being a man and you're not being the leader you need to be. You're the problem in your wife treating you so poorly, and your wife being repulsed by you and then pushing you away, having a boulder of a wall and icing you out. You're the problem. That's what men are being taught. Again, through Christian influencers, through the church, the manosphere, other red pill content creators, and books out there. I had a whole list of books someone sent me, and I don't have it, and I didn't have time to look them all up. But one I found that I did recognize from the list was Better Man, Better Marriage. So books like that are saying that it's a man's lack of masculinity, his lack of game, his lack of an inability to be a leader, and that's what he needs to work on to solve these issues. And today's topic, his wife being repulsed by him. He needs to go work out more. He needs to increase his masculinity, set the boundaries, say no, be willing to just walk away, show her who's boss. And of course, the advice goes much more in depth at that, but that's the very basic high level point of the message. And this is advice from an alpha mentality, that the reason that she is repulsed by you is your lack of masculinity. Can we take a second and pause to realize that that is actually a gynocentric viewpoint? It's fascinating to me that the very influencers that talk about gynocentrism in our culture, which is being a woman-focused culture and catering to women and not holding women accountable, the very people who talk about our lack of accountability as women, which is true, and how gynocentric therapy is, are actually giving gynocentric advice to men, saying you're the problem and your lack of masculinity of why women treat you this way. There is, again, no accountability on women in that message. Telling men your lack of masculinity and allowing your wife to emasculate you is a result of your lack of leadership and needing to be more of a man is a gynocentric view. There's still no accountability on the wife or the women. The reason this is such RBA, really bad advice, is because these viewpoints and this advice has no idea and is not addressing the fact that the woman, the wife, is creating the problem. In this case, creating the repulsion. And she wants it. And she doesn't want the problem solved. So when a good man tries to become more masculine and goes and gets in top shape and is trying to set boundaries and confront her on these things, it actually makes matters worse. And she pushes him away more. I can't tell you the number of men that I have talked to who read these books follow this advice and they are dumbfounded. And I see them. They're in great shape. They're good looking. They're successful. They're good providers. They are doing everything they're being told to do. And they're like, it's not working. She's pulled away further. I have no idea. What am I doing wrong? And then they double down more in the advice. And they are trapped in that of it's something you're doing. You're the problem. And that's why it's really bad advice. So you have to stop reading the books that tell you you're the problem and that you need more, you need to hold the frame and you need to have more game. One, that's impossible for a man who's been emasculated. And terrifying to a man who has been crushed and weakened. So he has to rebuild his strength and confidence first. And he has to understand that his wife is doing this to him on purpose. And not from the place of being a victim to it, but understanding the reality so that he actually gets out of the crazy making and madhouse that we have created as women in the marriage. That advice is just as bad and just as gynocentric as the therapy world. But you get lost in the cognitive dissonance of it, and good men are problem solvers, so they want to solve the problem, and it seems like a sensible solution, but it doesn't work. Hello again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch today. For those women listening who know you are the problem and you want a path forward to change your woman ways and truly be happy in yourself, I have a course for women called the Happiness Program. And the Happiness Program teaches you to resolve the unhealthy relationship you have with yourself so that you can be the solution to the issues and challenges in your marriage and your life. You can find the link in the description below to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. For the good men listening who want a way to take back the power you've unknowingly given away to your wives, I also have a course for you called the Marriage Rescue Course for Good Men Only. And the course teaches you how to rebuild your strength and confidence so that you can navigate the relationship with your wife in a healthy, constructive way. Again, you can find the link below in the description to learn more about the course and apply to enroll. Again, thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.